Hey guys, I'm Esty. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you 10 of my favorite board books for babies. Now these board books would be appropriate really for any baby from birth to 24 months. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an infant. And even for my 4-year-old, these board books continue to be some of his absolute favorite. And let me just say, there's a few things that make, in my opinion, a really great children's book, especially for board books. What I look for is a book that is very captivating for children, so something that has simple images but very bright and vibrant and interesting. I also look for a book that teaches the children something. And so for each of these books that I'll be sharing today, I will tell you why I like it so much and how that kind of fits in with what I consider a really great children's book. So the first book in my stack is If You Were My Bunny. This is written by McCullan and illustrated by David McPhail. It has really sweet illustrations and each page has a different animal. Then after that animal, it has a nursery rhyme song with new words that go along with an old nursery rhyme tune. So for example, on this page, it has a song about a mama bunny and a baby bunny and a Goodnight song, and it goes along with the tune of Hush Little Baby. So each page goes along like this, then it introduces a new animal, has really sweet illustrations of the mama and the baby, and then on the next page it has another lyrics to a nursery rhyme tune. And so it continues like that all the way through the book. I love the illustrations in this book. I love that it creates a really sweet connection with a mama and with her baby. So this is one of our favorite board books. Next in the stack, I have Brown Bear, What Do You See? Now this is an extremely well-loved book in our family. The binding actually is starting to come off of it because the kids have loved it so much. This is really a classic. The illustrations are beautiful. It's written by Bill Martin Jr. and illustrated by Carle. He's one of my favorite children's books illustrators. Each page has a different animal and talks about different colors as well. So in this book, the children are learning about all the different animals as well as different colors. So this is also a great learning book as well. So the next book in our stack is also illustrated by Carle and written by Bill Martin Jr. It comes in kind of the same, there's like a series of books that go along together. This one is called Polar Bear, What Do You Hear? So similar to the other one, it has great illustrations. On each page it introduces a different animal and it talks about the sounds that the animals make. So here's the polar bear, then the next page is the lion and it talks about how the lion roars. So each page has just beautiful illustrations and children are learning about the animals and about the sounds that they make. My kids always have loved trying to imitate the animals in this book and trying to make their sounds. So this is a very fun one. Next book in my stack, I Am a Bunny by Richard Scarry. So this one just has amazing illustrations, just super beautiful colors, very detailed illustrations. It's so beautiful. So it's about a little bunny named Nicholas, and this book talks about the seasons. So Nicholas goes through spring, where there's flowers, summer with the butterflies, looking up at the sun, by the pond, in the rain. So it's all these different experiences in nature that Nicholas has. Then then it moves into fall, and then winter with snow. So this is just a beautiful book. The illustrations are gorgeous, and children are getting to learn about different seasons and some of the different activities and things that you can enjoy in nature during the different seasons. All right, next book. This one is also a classic. 10 Little Ladybugs. This is written by Melanie Gerth and illustrated by Huliska-Beith. Okay, I'm not sure how to say that name. This one is great. Good for tactile learners. You get to feel the ladybugs, and each page you're counting down from 10. So on the first page you have 10 ladybugs coming out. You can feel, you can count with your kids. And then each page as you flip it, one ladybug goes away. So you're counting down from 10. And then each page, one of the ladybugs disappears until you get to the very end where you have, let's see here, just one little ladybug on this last page. And then on the last page, all the ladybugs are back together again. I love this book for counting, for talking about colors. It's a very fun one for children. They love to feel the ladybugs. It's very cool. All right, this is one that I got in the last year, and I absolutely love it for learning numbers. This one's called 1, 2, 3, Count With Me. Tiger Tales is the publisher. This book talks about numbers 1 to 20. So each page has a number. You can tell that it's indented here so children can trace over the numbers, and it shows what direction to go in. And then down here there's a flap. And when you pull back the flap, you have a picture in the same number as the children are learning above. Each page has different numbers, and this goes all the way up to 20, which I think is really cool because there aren't a lot of children's books that actually go all the way up to 20. Most just go to 10. So on this page, you've got 20 and then 20 ladybugs to count on the page. This also is actually a great one even for my 4-year-old because he is now learning how to count to 20. So I use this for my 2-year-old as well as my 4-year-old. Next book, 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed. This is by Eileen Christelow. Now, this story comes in a series of a bunch of stories about 5 little monkeys. They're all super fun, super excellent. But I love this one because it's in a board book, so it's better for younger children as well. This tells the story, the kind of the classic song about 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, but in a slightly different way. Kids can really connect with these little monkeys, and it also is another book where children are learning about numbers and counting down from 5 all the way down to 1. I love this book. I love the illustrations. They're really cute, kind of like colored pencil drawings. So next book, this is definitely a classic, Goodnight Moon. This one's written by Margaret Wise Brown, and the pictures are by Clement Hurd. You probably have seen this book if you've looked into board books for babies. It's totally a classic, really unique illustrations. This is definitely one of my favorite bedtime stories with our younger children. It's really sweet, talking about a little bunny and his mama and going to sleep. And as the book goes on, the bedroom that the little bunny's sleeping in kind of gets darker and darker and darker until he falls asleep at the end. All right, so number 9. This is called Lift the Flap, First 100 Farm Words. I just really love this book. You'll see when I open it up that it's totally falling apart because our kids love, 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 love this book. When you flip through, see, yep, you can see it's very well loved. The flaps are ripping off. It's probably time for me to get a new one of these. It is definitely a favorite. So you talk about the farm, the different things that you find on the farm, different animals. My kids have loved making the sounds of the different animals and identifying what they are. You've got the different vehicles on the farm, who lives on the farm. So when you open it up, you see who lives in the different places on the farm. Duck lives on the pond. This continues kind of similar to this. There's several pages that have flaps, all extremely nice pictures, bright colors, great learning book for kids. Finally, number 10, my last board book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Carle. So as you can see, I love Carle. I think I have 3 books on this list that are illustrated by him. His illustrations are just so classic and so cute. So as you flip through, you've got just really sweet illustrations. It talks about a caterpillar and the stages that a caterpillar goes through to get to being a butterfly. So starting with the egg, and then the caterpillar breaks out of the egg into the sunshine. And this part is also always a favorite with my kids. So he eats food along the way, and so you get to count up from 1. So here's 1 fruit. He eats 2 fruits the next day, 3 fruits the next day, 4 fruits the day after that, and then 5 fruits after that. So this is a book right now that with my 2-year-old, she's learning how to count to 10 right now, and she loves every single page pointing at the fruits and counting them. On this page there's 10 different foods, so your children can count to 10. They love looking at these pictures of the different foods. And then as the book goes on, the caterpillar is big and fat. He goes into the chrysalis, and then he breaks open into a butterfly. So this is just an amazing book. I think for many reasons, children are learning about the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, which kids always love that. And there's beautiful illustrations. They're learning how to count to 10. Just a lot of great things in this book. All right, so that is my list of 10 favorite books for babies. I'm linking all of them below. If you have any other board books that you really love, go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know what you love reading with your babies and what has worked well for you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, subscribe to my channel for more content similar to this.